that's pigmented. Now we know. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lindsay. Today's video is going to be a full face of Uoma Beauty. Uoma is a black owned makeup brand and they're a brand I've had my eye on for the longest time. So I decided to take the plunge and try these products out for you guys. I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love for you to join me, but let's get started on the makeup. Let's get into this makeup. I'm so excited for today's video using Uoma Beauty. Let's just start with the foundation. This is called their Say What Weightless Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. One thing I noticed about this foundation formulation, which is really cool, is depending on the range of shade that you fit in, I fit in the fair skin range. It has specific skincare ingredients formulated for your skin tone. So it says mine has Aglinako grape mark extract for fair skin. The ingredient callouts on this is it says it's dermatologically tested, paraben free, D3, 4, and 5 free, talc free, cruelty free, and vegan. Looking at the ingredients, personally for me it looks good. It is a silicone based foundation like most conventional foundations are. This one, I believe this has fragrance in it, so if you have more sensitive skin or you prefer to avoid that, then just beware that this does have fragrance. I did smell it and it's not too strong, but we'll see what it's like once I get it on my face. Here's the bottle. I really love the packaging. You get a nice frosted glass bottle with a plastic cap and a pump on it. I picked up the shade Fair Lady T1W, which is a warm undertone foundation. And this claims, by the way, to be weightless, long-lasting, adjustable coverage, hydrating, and formulated specifically for you. So it says for medium coverage to use sparingly, and then for full coverage, use generously. I think I'm just gonna start with a little bit here and see how it goes. It's supposed to be this liquidy. I feel like it's so liquidy. I shook it. I guess we'll try. So I'm just gonna start with my sponge here and quickly blend it out. It was way thinner than I thought it would be. So as I mentioned earlier, this does have a scent in it. To me, it just smells like a little bit fruity, and I will say it's not as strong as the Bite Beauty foundation fragrance. So if you have that foundation and that doesn't bother you, I don't think this one would really bother you either. So there's just like the first layer with a sponge. I mean, that blended out really quickly. It was like really liquidy. It was like Kosas liquid face oil consistency, which I wasn't expecting, but I mean, it looks really good. I would say with the amount I used, it gave me a really nice medium coverage. I'm gonna try to build it up, but let me go ahead and do the other side. I'm just gonna shake this even more. For this time, I'm gonna use my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. This does feel really weightless on the skin. Like this side of my face does not feel like it has foundation on it. It's actually looking really good with the brush too, although I don't feel like the coverage is a lot different. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this up with my sponge. So I just got a new desk yesterday, a new filming desk, and I had been using like this little tiny desk, which was not functional at all. It's kind of hard because I wanted a new desk, but there wasn't really any online. I wanted this specific one from IKEA, and IKEA wasn't open, but they did just open where I live, so I went there yesterday. It felt so fun. I haven't been to like a retail store since quarantine. Anyway, now I have like this desk and it feels huge. I have so much workspace and it's just great. I was really excited to film today. This looks so good. I'm like surprised how good this looks. Here's what we're looking like up close with the lights turned down. It looks so incredibly skin-like. And it feels really weightless too. Like I was not expecting this to be the consistency that it is. Really easy to blend. It didn't cling to anything. It looks great on my texture, and it gave me a really nice solid medium. I'm gonna do a little bit more to see if we can build it up to like a really nice full coverage. So far with the first impressions, I love how it looks. If this wears well, I'm definitely gonna be using this a lot. I feel like the shade match is really great too for my self tan that I have on. Usually sometimes I have a hard time like matching my self tan shade, but like this looks nice. I'm just gonna dot a little bit more in the areas I need it, which is usually mainly my cheeks and my chin. It's definitely buildable with that additional layer. I feel like I have a great full coverage going on. You guys know I'm a full coverage gal, so I'm super excited about this. I also want to comment the tone of this is so nice. Usually with warmer toned foundations, it depends on the brand and formula. They can just be like too orange, but I feel like it looks like a really natural color on me. And with the fragrance, once it's on your face, I really don't notice it. I do notice it like when I'm applying it, but now I can't really smell it under my nose or anything. Next product up is the Stay Woke Brightening Concealer. Packaging is also really cute on this. I love like the colors. So I got the shade White Pearl, which is T0.5. I believe this is the lightest shade of the concealer that they carry. And the concealer is paraben free, D3, 4, and 5 free, talc free, cruelty free, and vegan. And looking at the concealer ingredients, I don't see any fragrance in here, which is good. It does have silicone in it, which I don't mind personally. The applicator on this is like a nice chunky doe foot applicator. And here's the shade. Obviously very light, but I wanted to get a light concealer because when I don't have a self tan on, this will match me perfectly. And also, even when I do, I like a really brightening concealer. I'm just gonna focus this on the inner and outer corners of my eyes. I'm doing this a lot lately. I feel like it's a little more lifting than the full triangle effect. I'm just using the same sponge I used for the foundation to blend this out. That is really nice coverage. So that went on really nicely. I enjoy the coverage that it gives. It's not too heavy. I feel like this and the foundation, I have noticed they're really lightweight on the skin, which is great for every day. It's not like clinging to anything or really accentuating lines. We'll see how everything sets up, but so far I don't really have any complaints with the foundation or the concealer. So I went ahead and just set my face and under eyes. Next, Uoma does make a contour highlight stick. Totally meant to pick up, but I forgot, so I'll have to place an order for that so I can try that out soon. Instead for bronzer, I'm just gonna grab my Cover FX Monochromatic Bronze Duo, and I'm gonna stick to the shimmery side. I've been doing this lately and I feel like it looks really pretty. It's like a lot less pigmented than the other side of this compact. I feel like on me it just looks more natural. I'm just bronzing up the perimeter of my face. So anyway, what I was mentioning about getting a new desk in my office, forgot to like finish my thought there. So I was planning on doing like an office tour. I don't know if you guys would want to see that though. Like let me know in the comments below if that's something you'd be interested in, because it's finally like being finished up. I moved in April and I feel like it's finally, actually I have everything that I want in here. So let me know in the comments below, yay or nay to an office tour. I'll do like a makeup organization tour too, like where I store my makeup and how I store it. I think that would be fun. Just to deepen this a little bit, I'm going back into the matte shade, just right on the cheek, under the cheekbone here. For my highlight, I'm going to grab the Bare Minerals. This is the Endless Glow highlighter in Zen. You can tell I dug like my whole nail into that, which was not a good feeling. I like this highlight because it's super subtle. It's not like a very dramatic highlight. And then for blush, I'm going to take the Cover FX Monochromatic Duo in Soft Peach. I think I'm going to start with the matte. Maybe we'll layer a little bit of that shimmer too. I just dip into this and top that off. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera and then we'll get into the fun stuff using the Black Magic Carnival palette. This looks like so pretty. I can't wait to play with this, so see you then. All right, so let's get started on the eyeshadow. I picked up the Uoma. This is called their Black Magic Carnival palette. They do have more than one palette on their site. They have a bunch of different colorways. This one I thought was so pretty. I've been looking for some more bright eyeshadow, so I thought this was just, it was just like summer vibes when I saw it. The whole top row is metallic and the whole bottom row is matte. You do get some nice like neutral warms. I think I'm going to do neutral today just so it's a little bit more wearable for you guys, but I will definitely use this palette again in the future and dip into these like brights, and it's just a lot of colors in here I definitely want to play with. For ingredients, I think they look good. Personally, I am more lenient with eye products because I just don't really have like, I have sensitive eyes, but most eye products do not irritate my skin. So I'm fine with using talc and other ingredients like that. Not all of these shadows have talc in them. I think the majority of them do, but there are a couple that don't contain talc. So to start on the eyes, I'm gonna use this matte terracotta shade, which is called Euroro. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but this looks like a really pretty, just nice transition shade. So I'm gonna use a fluffier brush for this. I have not tried these on my eyes yet, so that's pigmented. Now we know. I'm gonna focus this on the outer corner, and then with whatever's left, I will sweep that in. I blended really nicely. I felt like I picked up a little bit too much, but even doing that, it didn't like stick to one place. I'll go ahead and do the same over on this eye. Next, I'm moving on to the deepest matte shade in this palette, which is just this really pretty red warm brown. And I'm just taking an angled brush with that shade, and I'm gonna focus this close to my lash line, just mostly on the outer V of my eye, and then blending it in to the other shade but being careful not to really take it like up into the crease. I want to look to be very wearable. I like to keep a lot of the deepness towards the lash line and sort of smoke it out. The shade's pretty. It's actually showing up like a little purpley on my eye. I'm just going back in with the previous warm orangey shade that we took. I'm layering that on top of the shade I just put down. Then just taking a big fluffy brush and blending that all together and sweeping it out. These blend really beautifully into each other. So far I'm impressed with the pigmentation and how they blended, and I'm not getting a lot of fallout either. They don't seem like a super soft eyeshadow. And then using those same two shades again just to finish up my lower lash line, and then we'll move on to the lid. Moving on to our lid shade, there's a couple options I'm debating between. This shade right here, there's this lighter like pinky champagne, and also this gold. I went ahead and swatched them. So the gold and the pinky champagne, they're a little bit more like a glittery shade, so they're not really as pigmented as this shade over here, which looks so pretty. I think I'm gonna use this in combination with the gold one. So I'm gonna pick this shade up, which is this one at the end here. This one was really like soft and creamy when I swatched it. I'm just picking that up on my flat shader brush. And I'm gonna layer that on the outer half of my eye. This is so pretty. It looks like a little bit lighter in the pan, but it really comes off as a pretty burgundy. It applies really nicely with a brush too. Not all metallics give off a good amount of pigmentation with a brush. Most of the time I do prefer my fingers, but this is looking nice. Next, I'm taking the gold shade in the center here that I swatched on my finger. I'm just gonna tap that. Wow, that's pretty. On the center of my eye, blending it into the red we just put down. And my nails, by the way, these are the press-on nails from Static Nails, which I love. They're so easy. I'm not the type of person to go and get my nails done. I just don't do that regularly. I really like how you can just like use these at home and they look really nice. And they're a lot cheaper. All right, lastly for the eyes, this is not an Uoma Beauty product, but it's another Black-owned makeup brand. This is Josephine Cosmetics. They're a clean makeup company, and this is their Eye Dazzle in the shade Elaine, which I swatched earlier today on my Instagram stories, and it is so pretty. It's like this champagne that has both a has both a gold and like silver reflect to it. So I think I'm gonna use this just on this inner portion of my eye here. I'm gonna apply it with this and then probably tap it out with my finger. I'm actually gonna use a brush just because my nails are a little long. When I swatched this, I let it dry and then it didn't like flake off or come off when I ran my hand over it. To finish up the look, I'm grabbing the deep brown shade on an angled brush, and I'm gonna use this as a liner. The Eye Dazzle did get like a little chunky. I think it's because I overworked it a little bit. But it does remind me of the like Rowan shadows. It has that same texture to it. So here's our finished eyes. I really didn't feel like doing any falsies, so I just threw on some mascara. The last product I have from Uoma is the Badass lipstick. I really love the packaging. Kind of reminds me of like MAC, which I haven't had in a really long time. But the outside of this, like, it looks so cool. It has like this texture to it. And this is the shade Aretha, by the way, which is like right up my alley of this cool tone, purpley, just dream color. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. I did do some lip liner beforehand, and this is super pigmented. I did try this on last night. So I'm kind of just gonna dab this on. So here's the lip. I love the shade of this. It's very 90s on me, but if you have like a medium to deeper skin tone, this would be like such a pretty, more nude color on you. If you have skin similar to mine though, I think like you could still make it work. Just use like a little bit like I did. These are super pigmented and they feel like nothing. They actually kind of feel like if you had a liquid lipstick on, but like it doesn't feel as heavy. It's kind of just like, it feels like it's not gonna come off of my lips. So I love, 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 love the shade of this. All right guys, so here is my look using the Uoma Beauty products. I had such a fun time trying all these out. I can't wait to see how everything wears so far. Everything has left a really great impression on me. Before I go, here's one final look at how everything looks. The foundation is definitely like a matte finish, especially with powder. I might try this again without powder and see how it holds up because it is like a very matte finish on my skin right now. Everything looks good. The concealer looks nice. It's not like extremely cakey or settling into my lines or anything of that nature, so I'm excited. We'll see how this wears. Alright guys, that was it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. It really helps me out. But thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.